Welcome to the Trip Navigo channel. Today we invite you to Lublin, a city that, in our opinion, definitely deserves a spot in the top 5 most interesting cities in Poland. Here, history meets modernity, and the charming Old Town, Royal Castle, and numerous festivals create a unique atmosphere. If you're looking for inspiration for an exceptional city break, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to our Trip Navigo channel so you don't miss more videos from amazing places in Poland and Europe. Let us know in the comments what you liked most about Lublin or which places you think are a must-see here. Leave a like if you enjoy our guide. On Trip Navigo, you'll find even more fun facts, travel inspiration, and discounts. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter. We begin our visit to Lublin at the Saxon Garden, the oldest city park in town, established in the first half of the 19th century. It's the perfect place for a walk among old trees, sculptures, fountains, and beautiful paths. You'll also find a historic gazebo, a charming bridge, and a duck pond. From above, the Saxon Garden in Lublin looks even more impressive. You can see how this green space blends harmoniously into the urban landscape, an ideal spot for a peaceful break. Lublin is the capital of the Lublin Voivodeship, and is home to around 328,000 people. During the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, Lublin played a very important role. It was one of the main administrative, commercial, and judicial centers. It was here, in 1569, that the Union of Lublin was signed, uniting the Kingdom of Poland and the Grand Duchy of Lithuania into one state. We're heading toward Lublin's city center via Racławickie avenues and Krakowskie Przedmieście, the city's main street. Along the way, we pass historic townhouses, the National School of Judiciary and Public Prosecution, the District Court, and the historic Grand Hotel. Krakowskie Przedmieście connects to Litewski Square, one of the most important and symbolic places in Lublin. We are now at Litewski Square, one of the most representative spots in Lublin. Here you'll find a modern multimedia fountain, which hosts shows of light, sound, and water in the evenings. The square is also a popular place for meetings, walks, and relaxation. In its center, you'll see the Union of Lublin monument, and a bit further, the equestrian monument of Marshal Józef Piłsudski. The drone view of Lublin from the direction of Litewski Square takes your breath away. In the background stretches the panorama of the Old Town, with the distinctive silhouette of Lublin Castle and the Trinitarian Tower. You can also see the green spaces around the square, the modern fountain, the rooftops of townhouses, and the winding streets leading towards Castle Hill. From this perspective, Lublin reveals its unique harmony between history and modernity. At Litewski Square in Lublin, it's worth noticing not only the fountain and monuments, but also some remarkable buildings. There's the elegant Hotel Europa, one of the city's most famous hotels, and right next to it, the Baroque monastery of the Order of Friars Minor Capuchin, with its distinctive church. Opposite, in the shade of the trees, stands the Czartoryski Palace, a former magnate residence now used for administrative purposes. Walking from Litewski Square toward the Old Town, we pass the Church of the Holy Spirit and a charming public fountain with a goat statue, one of Lublin's beloved attractions. We arrive at Racławickie Square, where the neoclassical City Hall stands. The current building was constructed in the early 19th century on the site of the former Crown Tribunal. Its elegant facade and tower make it one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. Beyond Krakowska Gate, we enter Bramowa Street, one of the main routes leading straight into the heart of Lublin's Old Town. Walking along it, we pass historic tenement houses, cafes, and galleries, and soon the Old Town Market Square reveals itself, full of charm, color, and history. This place buzzes with life all year round. At the very heart of the Old Town Market Square in Lublin is the Crown Tribunal, the former seat of the highest appellate court for the nobility of Lesser Poland, operating here since the late 16th century. Today, the building serves mainly representative functions. Civil weddings, concerts, exhibitions, and municipal ceremonies take place here. It's also a popular destination for both tourists and locals. We leave the Old Town Market Square for a moment and head to the Trinitarian Tower, one of the tallest buildings in Lublin and an excellent viewpoint over the entire city. The tower is a remnant of the former monastery gate and now houses the Archdiocesan Museum of Lublin. It's worth a visit not only for the panoramic view, but also for its interesting collection of sacred art. Right next to the Trinitarian Tower stands the Archcathedral of St. John the Baptist and St. John the Evangelist, Lublin's most important church. It was founded by the Jesuits and built at the turn of the 16th and 17th centuries. It's one of the first Baroque churches in Poland, richly decorated inside with illusionistic frescoes and Baroque furnishings. Today it serves as the Cathedral of the Lublin Archdiocese and is an important point on Poland's religious map. The cathedral is located on Cathedral Square, one of Lublin's most important religious sites and a true Baroque gem. Entry is free, so it's absolutely worth going inside to admire its impressive interior, adorned with frescoes, sculptures, and ornate decor. Next, we head down Dominicanska Street to one of Lublin's oldest and most significant religious sites, the Dominican Friars Monastery. The Dominican order was brought to Lublin in the 13th century, and the monastery was founded in 1253. At its heart stands the Church of St. Stanislaus, the bishop and martyr, one of the oldest in the city. It was here that relics of the True Cross were once kept, drawing pilgrims from all over Europe for centuries. The church is also known for its beautiful chapels, Gothic vaults, and Baroque altars. It's definitely worth seeing, not just a monument, but a living spiritual center with centuries of history. The Dominican Monastery is free to visit, making it even more accessible to tourists and pilgrims. It's worth not only entering the church but also strolling through the cloister, a peaceful, atmospheric courtyard where you can feel the spirit of this historic order. As we make our way to Lublin Castle, we pass a unique memorial site, the foundations of the parish church of St. Michael the Archangel, which no longer exists. It was here, on today's Plac Farze, Parish Square, that the main church of medieval Lublin once stood for centuries. Today, the preserved foundation walls recall its former shape and importance to the city. This spot has a special atmosphere. It's worth pausing here for a moment to feel the spirit of old Lublin before continuing on to Castle Hill. We are now passing through Grodzka Gate, also called the Jewish Gate, which once connected the Christian Old Town with the Jewish district located at the foot of Castle Hill. It's a symbolic passage between two worlds that coexisted in Lublin for centuries. The gate itself dates back to the 14th century and once served defensive and communication functions. Today, it houses the Grodzka Gate, an theater center, commemorating the history of Lublin's Jews. Lublin Castle has a turbulent and complex history. It was not only a royal residence, but also a place of tragic events. After the fall of the Commonwealth, in the first half of the 19th century, the castle was thoroughly rebuilt by Russian authorities and turned into a prison. It operated continuously until the mid-20th century, first as a Tsarist prison, then as a German detention center during the occupation and after the war, as a political prison under the communist regime. Within these walls, regime opponents, Polish patriots, underground soldiers, clergy, and others considered inconvenient by the system were imprisoned and murdered. Today, part of the castle serves as a museum commemorating the victims of the prison. Lublin Castle is not only a beautiful chapel and royal history, it is also a place of memory, which helps us understand the history of Lublin and Poland. While at Lublin Castle, be sure to climb the castle tower, the oldest part of the structure dating back to Romanesque times. From the top, you get a stunning view of the Old Town, Castle Square, colorful townhouses, and the entire panorama of Lublin. From this perspective, you can clearly see how the city developed around Castle Hill. Lublin Castle is now home to the National Museum in Lublin, which houses one of the most fascinating art collections in the region. Among its treasures are works by artists like Tamara Wempicka, an icon of the Art Deco style, and Zofia Stryjeńska, known for her colorful, folkloristic compositions. You'll also find works by Jan Matejko, including The Union of Lublin, a monumental painting depicting the signing of the Act of Union between Poland and Lithuania, an event that took place right here in Lublin. It's worth taking the time to explore Polish art more closely, especially here at the National Museum in Lublin, where you'll find works representing a diversity of styles, periods, and themes. Castle Square in Lublin spreads at the foot of Castle Hill and is one of the city's most picturesque spaces. It's surrounded by charming, colorful townhouses, among the oldest preserved buildings outside the Old Town. For centuries, merchants and craftsmen from the former Jewish district lived here, which existed in this area until World War II. The buildings are rich in architectural detail and remind us of Lublin's multicultural past. A drone view of Lublin from the castle side is truly breathtaking. From this angle, you can see the Old Town with the distinctive Krakowska Gate, the Market Square with the Crown Tribunal, and winding streets among historic buildings. Beyond that stretch, Racławickie avenues, Litewski Square, and the modern part of the city, creating a fascinating blend of history and the present. Lublin's history dates back to the early Middle Ages, but it was most likely granted city rights in the second half of the 13th century. The city began to grow rapidly during the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, thanks primarily to its location. Lublin sat at the crossroads of major trade routes connecting Lithuania, Ruthenia, Mazovia, and Lesser Poland. Its judicial and administrative roles were also key. It was home to the Crown Tribunal, the highest court for the Lesser Poland nobility, and hosted important parliaments and assemblies. The Polish-Lithuanian Union was signed here in 1569. At its peak in the 17th century, Lublin had a population of up to several tens of thousands, making it one of the largest cities in the Crown. Today, it is a modern capital of the Lublin Voivodeship, home to about 328,000 people, with a rich history, multicultural heritage, and a dynamically developing urban space. A drone view from the direction of Krakowska Gate reveals one of the most beautiful panoramas of Lublin. From this perspective, you can clearly see the compact Old Town with its distinctive architecture, the Trinitarian Tower towering above the streets, and the centrally located Crown Tribunal building. Krakowska Gate opens the city's historic center, and beyond that stretch charming townhouses and narrow streets. It's a view truly worth remembering. Subscribe to Trip Navigo and discover Lublin from a bird's eye view. Tell us in the comments which place in the Old Town impressed you the most. Is Lublin worth visiting? Absolutely yes. This is a city that combines rich history, beautiful architecture, multicultural heritage, and modern spaces. It's worth seeing Lublin Castle and its chapel with unique frescoes, passing through Krakowska and Grodzka gates, visiting the market square with the Crown Tribunal, climbing the Trinitarian Tower, admiring the Archcathedral, and stopping by the Dominican Monastery. Don't miss Saxon Garden, Litewski Square, and finally, the modern center for the meeting of cultures. Lublin amazes at every turn, both at street level and from above. To wrap up our visit to Lublin, we head to the modern center for the meeting of cultures, one of the most distinctive buildings in today's city. CSK is a space for culture, art, and people. It hosts concerts, performances, exhibitions, and gatherings. On the roof, there's a public garden offering a view of the Lublin skyline. It's a great example of how modernity can harmonize with a city's history. Thank you for watching our journey through Lublin. We hope we've inspired you to visit this exceptional city. Subscribe to the Trip Navigo channel, leave a comment, like the video, and check out our other guides to Poland and Europe.